Hello. Do you ever just want to go away for the weekend, but you know you can't because you have a dog at home? Can't really do much about it because nobody will watch your dog? Well, if you had a cat, then you wouldn't have that problem. Cats are so much better than dogs by far in every single way possible I can think of. One main thing that people like to think about is affording a cat. A cat is a lot more cheaper than having a dog because the adoption fee is a lot cheaper, as well as just things to get your cat, like a water bowl, a food bowl, and a litter box. To be honest, that is all you really need to take care of a cat, but people like to buy toys and treats and all that, which is acceptable, but it is the same that you would get for a dog. Now with a dog will constantly chew through its toys or destroy its toys, and you have to constantly get new ones. For a cat, this won't happen. Cats aren't as rough as dogs. Although it can happen, don't get me wrong, but it is unlikely for a cat to destroy its toys. Even though you don't really need toys for cats because cats play with everything. Another thing would be cats are very independent, therefore they don't need all that clinginess a dog would need. If you go to work or to school, your dog would be very upset, probably get depressed. When you come home, you'll see your dog is a whole different kind of mood. But with the cats are more understanding. They like to be alone for some time during the day, therefore it doesn't really bother them if you're gone. Now, the cats are smaller than dogs, therefore they take up a lot less space, which is always good if you live in a house, especially if you have a house full of a lot of people. Aside from that, they're a lot more quieter. You never have to worry about your cat barking at the door when the doorbell rings. Or if someone gets too close to the door, then cat won't go crazy as a normal dog would do. Now, cats are also indoor animals. They can be taught to go outside. I know my old cat used to go outside for some time during the day just so it can run around, play with the birds and all that. But it's not necessary. It's a lot more safer if your pet is inside rather than outside, especially if you live in a bad area. Now, dogs need to be taken on walks, and of course, when they have to go to the bathroom, they need to go outside, and then you have to clean it up. Now, if you're like me, you don't like getting a little baggie and picking up the doggy poop, then cats would be much better, because a cat would just go in the litter box covered in sand. So you just get the scoop, you put it in a bag, and you throw it away. Can't really do that with the dog. Now, what happens if you come home and you're very tired from work, or you're just in a bad mood and you need to walk your dog, or you need to let your dog out in the backyard? It's just more of a hassle rather than if you have a cat. A cat is just simple, it's just there, it knows how to go to the bathroom by itself without whining or asking. Now, cats are a lot more cleaner than dogs. Dogs you do have to wash more often, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. Cats, you don't have to do that. Though you do have to wash your cat, but you can wash it maybe like once a month, once every like few weeks. Cats typically like to groom themselves, which is completely okay because it's better than a dog. Dogs, you'd have to take so much time out of your day to clean them, and if you have a big dog, then you have to go outside or in a kiddie pool and all that like you would typically see people doing. With a cat, if you have a small cat, you can wash it in the sink, or you can just do it in the bathtub like normally people would do for cats. Now, some health benefits that are good for cats that cats give you would be that in a study for this Mayo Health Clinic for sleep medicine, they have confirmed that 41% of people sleep better with a pet. They didn't specify cats or dogs, they just said they sleep better with a pet. Now, with cats are a lot smaller and they like to curl up. They won't take as much space on your bed as a dog would. But besides that, when I was reading this information about cats, they were saying that your stress level will drop by 30% if you have a cat. Now, who doesn't want that? Now, with cats, they also purr. When they purr, their purr is at about 20 to 140 Hz, the frequency, which helps with joint mobility, especially if you've been injured. Now, dogs cannot do that. Therefore, if you have arthritis, or if you're just getting really old, or if you've been injured pretty bad, or if you had a surgery, It's nice to have a cat because not only will you petting them make them purr, which is good for them, it's good for their health, but it also helps you with your joint movements. And who doesn't want that? Now, lastly, a last benefit that I really like about cats is that if you are younger than the age of 1, so you're fairly still a baby, and you're around a cat or you're introduced to a cat, say your family has a cat, then you are prone to getting less allergies to other stuff than other people, which is great. And not only do people worry about cat fur and allergies and all that, there are hypoallergenic cats. I'm sure there are dogs as well, but it's harder to find than a hyperallergenic cat, and cats are more careful around babies than dogs are. Cats overall are just the better form of pet to have. They're smaller, they can take care of themselves. You don't have to worry about them getting sick or depressed when you're gone. But also, they just help the family, they keep a smile on you, and it's just better for your health. You can actually survive heart attacks and strokes by having a cat because of the 30% less anxiety and all that you'd be having. So, lastly, I will leave you with this famous quote I used to say when I was younger. Why would you keep choosing to be miserable without a cat when the cat is the answer to your problems?